have Kadishalynn. She came from TikTok. That's where I know her from. She always did read docs, all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna be doing a reaction from her. Now she's on YouTube. So I'm gonna be doing a reaction from her channel, and she's in the description of this video if you would like to follow her. But she's gonna explain the the harm that this fake, whatever you want to call this last lawsuit, that in which, Jag was in jail. Jaguar was in jail at Cooks County Jail when they say she allegedly was helping with all this stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Alright, if not, go 2 videos back and it'll tell you. Or go this morning, it'll also tell you. But anyway, so she's gonna explain it, because she's all up in the Diddy. I mean, she been following it from the beginning. So she can tell you a lot better, way better than I can. And I react to it, here and there. And we're not going to do the whole 43 minutes. No, just a little bit. Just so we can try to get an understanding of what is going on. What is going on? Y'all read the title of my video? And hers is called Reasonable Doubt. And it says Jaguar Wright added to Diddy lawsuit. Misinformation campaign. Because as y'all know, Diddy sued Ariel and Courtney. He sued them, right? Anyway, she'll get all into it for us, okay? Because, man, darn, they better not mess up now. Okay. I mean, for the true victims, that's what I'm talking about. We got true victims out of these lights hot, y'all. All right, ready? And y'all, please hit the subscribe button, and thank y'all for coming to visit Valentine TV today. Appreciate it.
We need to get on live. We need to talk about this new lawsuit that added Jaguar Wright, Odell Beckham Jr., and so many more. As you guys know, this lawsuit was by Ashley Parham, and it added Jane and John Doe's. And the main thing that a lot of people are missing right now, which makes this lawsuit so damaging, the inconsistencies with finding out that Jaguar Wright was actually locked up during these times. It's huge. It breaks this whole lawsuit down, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, this Jane and John Doe are the ones that are alleging this. But Ashley Parham adding these Jane and John Doe to her lawsuit is so damaging. As the original plaintiff, Ashley Parham, by legal law, would have had to accept these Jane and John Does onto her lawsuit. So these Jane and John Does, they could have filed their own lawsuit, but this Jane and John Doe would have had to have been accepted by Ashley Parham to be added to this lawsuit, which makes this whole entire lawsuit very, very questionable. As you guys know, I have been on the Diddy case for a long time, primarily over on TikTok, and then I moved here on YouTube. But I'm going to tell you exactly why. We are going to break it all down into exactly what I think is happening. And as much as I hate to say that I think Diddy was correct when he sued Courtney Burgess and the lawyer, Ariel Mitchell-Kidd, I think he was right on the money, guys. I think that a lot of people want to talk about Tony Busby, how he was this ambulance chaser lawyer and all of this and all of that. But I think that Ariel Mitchell-Kidd, and we've seen it more than once, side-eyeing it, this is definitely falling on her behalf, and it makes a lot of her people very questionable. But the fact that Ashley Parham, by a court of law, would have had to accept this Jane and John Doe coming on this lawsuit and adding their allegations to it is the most damaging. Now, I want you guys to also understand, by doing that, basically what she is doing is trying to make her allegations seem like they are credible. There are other people that are saying that they witnessed this happen to me. And this is why this Jane and John Doe were added to this lawsuit. And we know the Jane and John Doe is who included Jaguar Wright's name into this. So this is why this Jane and John Doe is happening. They are trying to say, hey, we have more people that are saying that they were there when this happened to help Ashley Parham's claims against Diddy and whoever else. And this is why I say it hurts the whole lawsuit. A lot of people are missing this point. She would have had to accept this Jane and John Doe, whoever they may be, into this lawsuit. And the second that you can pinpoint a factual, this is not somebody saying, oh, I don't remember this. Like,
Y'all, we need to figure out who this Jane and John Doe is, because they said it was the Jane and John Doe that put Jaguar's name in it. That said that they heard it. Oh yeah, we heard that someone else said that they were there. Talking about Jag. So are they trying to mess up this? I mean, it seems like they're trying to mess it up. It seems like they're trying to help Diddy. That's what. That is my opinion. That's my opinion. Okay? Everything on this page is allegedly, always. Okay? Even if I forget to say it, which I mainly do really forget. But do you think they're trying to mess this up? Who is John and Jane Doe? I heard it was a mother and a son. Am I correct? But y'all put whatever y'all think about this crazy mess that's going on this here, cause this done made me a little upset. You know what I mean? You know, cause ain't but we got what, 2 months, okay? And man, shoot. All right, let's just keep it going, cause
like the Jane Doe lawsuit. Oh, I don't think this happened. And whatever that may be, it's not somebody's word. Jaguar Wright being in jail is factual information. All she has to do is bring that or have them call, and it's over. It's game over. Right then and there. So I want a lot of people to understand, unfortunately, as many people as we want to be telling the truth, and I've said this from the beginning, there are going to be people that are not going to be telling the truth, guys, as much as we want. I will report on every lawsuit just like I did Ashley Parham's original lawsuit. But the way that I did my video yesterday was because I knew Ashley Parham legally would have had to add this Jane and John Doe, which hurts her whole entire claim as a whole, because she would have decided to have the lawyers add them legally. Now, another thing before I'm going to get in, I'm going to show you guys the Diddy lawsuit, which is also going to show you exactly what I'm saying. But another reason why it's so side-eyeing when it comes to Ariel Mitchell Kidd, you know, as Adria English was her first counsel at the time. We know Lamisha Fuller, that whole lie that was going around YouTube that acted like this Jane Doe. They were claiming that they knew each other. She was with Adria English and all of that. Automatically side-eyeing. That whole story ended up being completely false, and you are acting like a victim that is still right now going to court against Diddy. And that's, guys, I can't explain how aggravating this is, especially when it comes to these real victims. Like I said, usually until it's a court of law, I will not point out until I can find something that I know for sure isn't true. Just like I did with Lamisha. At first, like many of you, I was believing it was true. I was in tears. I was horrified by her story until I started listening to her go on and on more and more. And then I was picking out things because I am deep in Diddy court docs, deep in lawsuits. I figured out she was lying, and I addressed that. Same thing with this Ashley Parham lawsuit. Everybody needs to take into consideration. A lot of people are like, well, maybe she's not lying. When you have factual evidence and knowing that she's the one that would have had to accept this Jane and John Doe to come onto this lawsuit, it's a big problem. And not only that, most importantly, guys, that I want to talk about, even worse, is Courtney Burgess. Ariel Mitchell Kidd, as you know, Courtney Burgess was the man that said he had all of those Diddy tapes, okay? And he had all of these, and Ariel Mitchell was the lawyer, and as you guys remember, they were going on all of these different things on TMZ. They were on News Nation, and saying that there was these tapes, all of this. And I think this was another big turning point for me as I watched. I'm like, okay, if this is the real deal, when I first reported on it, I thought it was real, just like many of you. But now you guys have to understand, we are less than 2 months now till Diddy has trial. Diddy is the one that asked for the speedy trial. I can most certainly guarantee it's not going to get delayed. The feds are ready, they have what they need, and Diddy is the one that asked for this to be a speedy trial.
Y'all heard that, didn't you? But y'all see right there? Sues Courtney Burgess, Ariel Mitchell, and the Next Star Media that did it during documentary or some kind of thing, that Ariel Mitchell, being a lawyer, you know, how you gonna be in it? How you gonna say something? What are you doing? And y'all talking about Tony Busby? Exactly. Man, are they doing this deliberately? Because that's what it seemed like. It started looked that way to me. Okay? Jaguar Wright. Okay? Y'all, I don't know. Y'all, I don't know. But the names that I put on the front, those are the ones that I'm thinking it's my opinion that they are trying to mess with this case. Why? What? Oh my God. And it's just my opinion. Everything's alleged, okay? Everything's alleged, I promise.
So, this is a big thing for me. This is another instance where Ariel Mitchell is brought into play. And you guys have to understand, with being 2 months in until trial, less than 2 months, it had just turned 2 months the other day on March 5th. Diddy has had his discovery for a couple months now, okay? If you read the court documents, you would know this. They have over 2 terabytes of information that Diddy has that he's been going through. It's been a whole big thing in his criminal case. Now, we know that Courtney Burgess said, oh, well, I got called into the grand jury. I had these tapes. We gave these tapes to the grand jury. There's minors on them, all of this, okay? But the biggest thing was they went on the Making of a Bad Boy, Ariel Mitchell Kid did, talked about it some more. Before that, Diddy hit Courtney Burgess and Ariel Mitchell with this lawsuit from their News Nation interview, as you can see here on this screen. And like I've been saying since the beginning, I knew the second that Diddy did this, there was something going on. As I said, Diddy has discovery. Diddy knows what the feds have against him. And a lot of people are like, well, maybe it hasn't came out yet. No, guys, and I want to tell you why. When it involves a child, coercion is what the feds are trying to charge Diddy with. Do you guys know if children were in this, feds could drop it if, they had that, and if they had videotapes, you can guarantee, of minors, you can guarantee that they would have dropped that, because they don't have to prove coercion when it comes to children, because it's children. If there's videotapes of that, that seals the deal. It's done.
So that means Courtney Burgess lied. He lied to us, y'all. I'm wiping my camera. Remember when he said he went to the grand jury and everybody was asking him what was on the tapes, what was on the stuff, and he said he saw some children on it. We should have well, I did not know. I should have known. I got to pay attention. That's when I was hitting them 12-hour nights, y'all. I was tired. But we should have known that he didn't, I ain't gonna say nothing on there, that he didn't see any children on there, because it would have been a done deal, as she just said. And she's been all in it, I remember, from day one, because I used to get her stuff and play it on my videos from TikTok, okay? Man, let's see, because, okay, let's go. Let's just go.
Different than with an adult, because with an adult, what you're saying with coercion is it's not consensual. They wanted to do this. But with a child, no. A child can't want to do that. They're a child. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's automatic coercion. You're done. Sealed deal. And Diddy sued Courtney Burgess, as you can see, and Ariel Mitchell, all involving these tapes that they claimed to have, that they claimed to the grand jury. You guys don't think that Diddy would know? And as much as I hate Diddy, guys, I'm not sticking up for Diddy in either way. I know Diddy is definitely guilty on things that he's done.
Amen.
But I think Diddy had a strong point when he got to this. Unfortunately, as it may seem. Like, it's horrible that Courtney Burgess would even say all of this and have us like, oh, yeah, Diddy's done. And then it's not the case. Because Diddy's had discovery, and like I said, the feds would 100% hit on that, because there's nothing they would have to prove. If he's on a videotape with a child, you're done. You don't have to say it's not a consensual relationship then. That would be you're automatically done, because a child cannot consent to that. So that's what I want you guys to understand. And this all ties back into Ariel Mitchell Kid.
Moving
all
around.
of it. Whether it be the Lumisha story that came as Adria English, she's saying she was with her and all of that mess. Then the Courtney Burgess mess. Then this mess. It's messy. And what you guys have to understand, when Diddy put in this lawsuit against Courtney Burgess and Ariel Mitchell, saying they're lying, you want to know what he was saying in this lawsuit? And we can go through it if this is something you guys want. I do have multiple pages up and I can pull the rest. But in this lawsuit, he's saying their claims and what they were doing, Ariel Mitchell did for money, for one. Like, basically, she's just a lawyer. But some of this I do want to go through with you guys because there's a couple points that we're going to make that's very interesting.
Y'all heard, so Diddy knows about Ariel Mitchell. So Diddy knows about Ariel Mitchell, and that's what I'm talking about. He knows about her. For he knows, if it comes out that Diddy knew her before, like before he ever got locked up, wouldn't it be something? And Courtney, because remember he said that Kim gave me the this. Remember he said that? I don't know. Man, shoot. Okay, let's just keep going, because y'all, this is a more of a listen to learn. Like, that's what I'm doing. It's more of a listen to learn, okay? And listen to see what can and may happen, and because I know she knows. Listen to what can and may happen within this case. So it's mainly a listen, okay? Thank y'all.
But he's saying, what she's saying is making me look worse than what I am, and they are hurting my chance at a fair trial. Do you guys not think that Diddy's going to play on this? You have these lawyers doing things like this. Diddy can play with this, and this is where I get so aggravated. Criminally. He's like, listen, she's tainting the jury pool because she wanted to do all of these in New York. She's tainting the people that could possibly be in the jury and making them think that I'm worse than what I really am. Diddy could play on things like this. And I don't think that she is like a Fed agent. A lot of people think this when it comes to Diddy necessarily. Could it be somebody else that's trying to throw Diddy under the bus? Mm-hmm. Sure. But I don't think it's coming directly from Diddy, because Diddy would not try to sue her and Courtney Burgess for $50 million and play on the fact that they keep saying these lies and, you know, it's potentially going to hurt me. It's making me look worse, and people have this horrible opinion about me, especially when it comes to minors. Like Diddy even says, Ariel Mitchell is an ambulance chaser. He says this, guys, in this lawsuit, talking about how she just wants money and how she's been caught in different lies. And this is one of the other things that was very, it struck me because I remember this. So let me find it here. Ariel Mitchell is the one right here. In or around 2022, Ariel Mitchell was the one that brought the $20 million lawsuit against rapper Chris Brown on behalf of the woman claiming that she had been essayed by Chris Brown. Chris Brown posted a series of text messages and voicemails reflecting that it was actually a consensual relationship, and then Mitchell withdrew the lawsuit. And I remember this, guys. Let me delete one of this. I already have it. Boom. You guys remember this? Chris Brown, during this, and he actually just sued. Yeah. Chris Brown filed a whole new lawsuit on a documentary that came out because they talked about this. And
did y'all hear? Chris Brown just did his own lawsuit because his name was mentioned somewhere. Oh my God. Misinformation campaign, y'all.
And he put out all of these different text messages from this woman that was suing him under Ariel Mitchell. And then, boom, the lawsuit was dropped. They didn't want to move forward with it because it was showing that it was consensual. She was texting him saying, you know, what do you know what? So there's a lot of messiness going around here. But I think Courtney Burgess was one of the biggest ones that you had to understand factually. It makes no sense. Now, I think what happened with that and why we were so intrigued at the time was because Courtney Burgess, we know, went to the grand jury. But I think that was because all of the things that he was saying very publicly, and they saw that. So they're like, oh, yeah, you're going to come testify in front of the grand jury so we can know what are you talking about. But there's 110%, guys. There's no tapes that man had.
See?
Because I'm not going to say any tapes. Maybe there was some, but there was definitely no tapes with any minors. Maybe he had some type of tape. I don't know the validity of what could be on it, but we know for sure there was no minors on those tapes. I don't care what anybody says. That is factual based off Diddy's criminal case that we are watching unfold right now. And Diddy says it. And as much as I hate to agree with Diddy, I really do. I don't like to agree with Diddy. It's just showing you. But if this is something that Diddy didn't do, honestly, he doesn't deserve that. Like, we've seen Diddy do a lot, and there's stuff that can be proven that is true that he should go down for. But in this instance, for whatever reason, tying back to Ariel Mitchell Kidd, there's a lot of messiness. And at the end of the day, it's hurting these real victims and these real people. And like I said, the difference between the Jane Doe case with Jay-Z, that was the allegations from her father, Yes, same thing. I sided it, but there's a lot more that was going on with that case that I was also picking up from the other side. But this, just Jaguar Wright being in jail is factual information that you can see, and the second that that's brought up in court, it's done. And the fact that this Ashley Parham would have had to add these Jane and John Does herself, she would have had to say, yes, add these people to this lawsuit and get it done. And it's all of their testimony, guys. It's only...
Yo, so what she's saying is that during the lawyer forum, she didn't even fact check, vet, nothing. She just said add Jane Doe, Jane and John Doe to the lawsuit. Just add them on there. And then we fill in where they had Jane and John Doe's, like, through the other lawsuit, because this is, you know what I mean. We just gonna put the name, we gonna put names, we just gonna add names in there. Aren't they crazy? I don't know what they done, y'all. I have no clue. Let me see. Listen a little bit more. And I'm going to call this a day. Because all it gives me is a headache. Because I promise you, I think somebody... in my opinion, this is my opinion. This is my page. This is my opinion. I think Jag. Yeah. I think Jag. I think, who else? All the people I have named on the front. I think that they're trying to throw this freaking lawsuit. And then some that I don't have on there, like, and I mean, and it's all alleged. Everything's alleged. That's it. That's all. What's the Demisha, the one that used to get drunk all the time, that English, maybe? Her? Who else? All of them. All the way to Shellicott. I don't care who. All of them are trying to throw this case. Why? Okay, y'all, okay, I'm trying to just stay calm and cool like I am. Alright, here we go, y'all. Let's see what else.
Just to politicize her claims that she made. They're saying, these Jane and John Doe, whoever they may be, saying we were there, saw this happen. That is what it is. Yeah. So you need to look at it as a whole, if that makes sense. And a lot of people are like, well, that's just the Jane and John Doe saying some of this. No. But no, Ashley Parham also added Big Homie CC. Now, that's something else I wanted to talk about. Dang. There's nothing I could show you factually, but if you watch many videos of Big Homie CC, he was never a bodyguard for Diddy himself. He said on multiple occasions he was bodyguards for other high-profile people that would attend these alleged parties for Diddy. But he never said I was Diddy's bodyguard. But that is not something I could factually show you. I like to pull what I can find, that I hear, that I know something's not right, and Jaguar Wright being in jail is that one kicker. Yeah. Because as soon as that's brought up, it's done. It's done. It's not somebody saying something. And I want you guys to understand the difference between somebody saying something and giving their half of an allegation to actual hardcore proof is totally different. So, yeah, that's a big thing. And like I said, it ties right back with Courtney Burgess. Why Diddy would sue Courtney Burgess and Ariel Mitchell Kidd for $50 million, saying they didn't have these tapes that they kept claiming that they had against me. So now I'm done. I'm suing them for it. And same thing with this Jane Doe. That came from Adria English. Lamisa said that she was with Adria English at that party, kept acting like she was this woman, and then look, this woman had to be.
Yeah, and we all said that. Look at this woman. And then her lawyer, who hadn't said a word for the whole entire thing, had to come out and put a statement up saying, that is my client. She is still Jane Doe. She is not this, what's her name, Misa or that. Okay? They just trying to mess up. Trying to mess up the whole case. And Jag, I think I just I feel them a good. You trying to help. You trying to help Diddy. That's what you're doing. But I'll be glad when they catch up with you, girl. This is allegedly. All alleged, okay? In my opinion. This is just my opinion. That's all, people. Just my opinion. I don't know her in real life. I don't know Diddy in real life. But I know a lot in real life. Okay. I just had to get that on out my mind so I can stop thinking it. But yeah, you messing it up. Y'all messing it up for all the true victims. Y'all messing it all up. Why? Are y'all on the tapes? Are y'all in the paperwork? Hey, bestie, are y'all in the paperwork? Alright, let's see what it is. We're just gonna look at it a little more and see. I just want to see how much damage that did.
Who she was. Anna Kane, not Lamisha Fuller. And this hurts. This hurts the real people out there. And that is why I said it the way I said it. I had read this whole entire lawsuit, and I've read this whole entire lawsuit since the beginning when it was first released. Now, when this lawsuit was first released, honestly, I thought it was very credible. But the second that this happened, I'm like, something's wrong.
Right.
I looked into it, and I kept reading it, and I'm like, for one, this Jane and John Doe, and guys, just honestly, the claims in it, just, it was just silly. A lot of it didn't make sense. And I'm doing my whole research, and I'm like, this is turning really messy. And then to be able to find different points in it that can be disproven just shows you. And I had already had Ariel Mitchell Kid in my side eye, and I'm going to say this. I had it because Courtney Burgess. Because I watched Diddy's criminal case so intensively, and we were getting down to the nitty gritty. And the second I filed this lawsuit, I covered it, and I said, something's going on. Diddy has his discovery. Diddy knows what information that the feds have against him. He's seen it. He's had it for a while now. And when he filed this lawsuit, he would have known if Courtney Burgess had these so-called tapes. So, and he says it's coming from Ariel Mitchell because she is an ambulance chaser. See? And I don't think, and another reason what I want to say, when it ties into Diddy filing this lawsuit, it very much intrigued me because he sued also Diddy, the making of the bad boy, because some of the claims that were in there. And he also added Ariel Mitchell talking about Courtney Burgess in there, okay? Exactly. Same thing as this lawsuit. He also talks about it in the original lawsuit just against them and News Nation. Then he filed the other lawsuit against NBC for the making of the Bad Boy whole documentary. And that information is in there too. Yeah. Now, in that lawsuit, this is what I think happened. I cannot prove this, but just listen to me. In that lawsuit, he talks about Ariel Mitchell, and he also talks about Jaguar Wright. But notice, he never went after Jaguar Wright or I'll Be Sure for their claims, and he still hasn't. Okay? But he went after Ariel Mitchell with this lawsuit. So I almost feel like Ariel Mitchell was very jealous that some people like Jaguar Wright, I'll Be Sure, could say these things, and they could basically just get away with it. You know, Diddy wasn't attacking them, but Diddy is attacking Ariel Mitchell and Courtney Burgess. You get what I'm hinting at? Mm-hmm. That's why I think possibly Jaguar Wright may have been named in this lawsuit in such a silly way, because Diddy made it very clear he named her, but he named Jaguar Wright, he named Ariel Mitchell, but he had just sued Ariel Mitchell. And when he said all of that about Jaguar Wright, he didn't sue Jaguar Wright. He didn't sue I'll Be Sure, but he sued Ariel Mitchell. He sure did, and he sued Courtney Burgess. So did she find that? You know, did that make her mad? Like, Jaguar Wright has been out here speaking all of this for years, and I almost feel like they both wanted clout, like they wanted to be like Jaguar Wright, in my own opinion.
5
Because we saw Courtney
years.
Burgess up here on all the YouTubes and all of this, saying all of this very publicly on the news, like what Diddy's saying. Diddy includes how he was on Shad Atwood's channel. He was doing all of this in all of these different ways. And I feel like she started to get very touchy when she knew, oh, Diddy wants to sue me, but he doesn't want to sue these other people. My opinion, because honestly, it just doesn't make sense.
They ain't got the money.
As an attorney, there's no reason that she shouldn't have vetted things a little bit more closely.
Right.
And that's just my opinion on that, and that's where I'm going to stand with that. But you can guarantee that I assume that she's probably going to for sure owe Diddy a lot of money when it comes to this lawsuit. And also, okay, so the way this lawsuit is written with Diddy, he talks also about Ashley Parham's in this lawsuit. Give me 2 seconds to find it here, which I find interesting. Not only does he talk about Courtney Burgess' tape, he talks about how Ariel Mitchell talked about having, I might have to add this one, talked about how...
Look. Oh, Lord. Sorry, I didn't mean to do it like that. But listen, this is more of a listen video, okay? Because y'all know I can't get on my screen. I don't know how to do it yet. So I'm using my phone, and the light is, I can't show y'all the words, but y'all see the main stuff, right? And y'all can hear her talking, right? And y'all can see my frown in this. I try to frown. But anyway, y'all. What y'all tell me what y'all think about Jag's name. Jag, Big Homie CC, being in the lawsuit. And what do y'all think about Diddy suing Ariel Mitchell and Courtney Burgess and not suing Albie Shore and Jag? What do y'all think about? Y'all think she's jealous of that? I mean, Jag ain't getting sued probably because she ain't got the money, right? Now I don't know what Albie Shore got, but I don't think Jag has the money. Okay, but anyway, it's something up with Jag though. I don't know what it is. Can't put my finger on it yet, y'all. And if I'm wrong, I will apologize. I will, because I'm nice. Y'all know that. I apologize, but it's something about Jag, just like I felt with Ariel the lawyer, when I first heard of her and saw her and watched how she moved. Okay? Let's see what else is going on.
Abby, this woman, Ashley Parham, and how she had, the police or whatever corroborating her claims. This was updated in this lawsuit, guys, which I found very interesting. It's almost like she wanted this lawsuit edited that way. It was like kind of trying to rebuke what Diddy was saying in this lawsuit against her. I'm saying it's really crazy. Let me try to find it. Mitchell told MC right here. Okay, so Ariel Mitchell told News Nation on a broadcast about another client, a woman who alleged that Diddy SA'd her in Northern California in 2018. This client's allegations are also false. Mitchell falsely represented that her client's fabricated claims were corroborated, even though Ariel Mitchell knew they were not. She specifically falsely stated, "We have a police report that was made in 2018. Later in that interview, the host repeated Ariel Mitchell's assertion, emphasizing, "You guys actually have one?" The host then asked, "Are we going to be able to see it?" Ariel Mitchell confirmed that she would produce that report, and she answered the host, "Yes, as soon as I file my lawsuit in civil court, I will be attaching the criminal complaint that was made." These statements, in which Ariel Mitchell claimed to possess a police report, corroborated her client's fabricated allegations that they were false, and Ariel Mitchell knew that they were false when she made them. Okay, you guys hear that? So this is part of Diddy's lawsuit against Ariel Mitchell. And I actually remember this interview, and he tells you want to go look it up, feel free, go look it up where she said this. Then boom. In the original complaint and the updated complaint, she added no. Now, I will tell you, original complaint, you did not see this man's name of the Pletcher or whatever, and we're going to go over this, that she adds in this updated lawsuit. The original complaint did not contain this police report, or neither does this updated amended lawsuit. In this amended lawsuit, they said that Pletcher was the plaintiff told Pletcher believing he was a sheriff from the local police department, that she had been essayed by Diddy and others, and that she did not have her clothes, phone, purse, car keys, or cell phone. She's stating that this Fletcher person falsely was posing as the Contra Costa sheriff, and she told her that the neighbors had received several noise complaints prior to the neighbor's call and instructed the plaintiff to find a way to get home. So they're trying to say now that whoever this Fletcher person is, which I've done research in, but we're not going to get all into that, was basically a fake person acting like they were the sheriff for the Contra Costa Sheriff's Department. Okay? Which is a problem, because it's like, to me, mind you, this lawsuit was filed months ago. As you can see, January 22nd of 2025, Diddy saying, Ariel Mitchell said this about this agency and said that she was going to, put the report in there, but she never did. And now all of a sudden, there was a person just acting like they were the sheriffs. It wasn't even really the sheriffs.
No.
But then it says, the Contra Costa sheriffs have confirmed that a police report was made that night by Parham. So wait a minute. It either is or it isn't. You're saying that this person, Fletcher, was posing as the sheriff, but yet there still is a police report. It doesn't make sense. Do you guys get what I'm saying? This literally it's like contradicting itself in the lawsuit itself. It's to the point, and that's why I'm saying a lot of it was like this. I read the full lawsuit.
Okay, so, y'all. Okay, so, I have to apologize to the police, whatever police department she said it was, because I thought, Oprah was tied with the fake police, which I'm not saying she's not tied to one, just that one, the one that was in that lawsuit filed the other day, that had Jackson's name in it the other day. So, I apologize for all of that. I was wrong. I assume just like everybody else, I'm human. Y'all, I can't believe this. They better not mess up this freaking case for the victims. And I mean it. But anyway, y'all, this lady, she's good. Now, I hope y'all go back or go to her channel if y'all want to listen to it uninterrupted, okay? Because me, I might listen to it again. That way I won't have to talk. I can listen too. Because I haven't heard it either, y'all. I'm listening to it with y'all. And so I wanted to know, I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to mess the case up. Y'all know what I mean? So, y'all, we're going to just a little bit more. Please, ma'am. Please. Everything's alleged, in my opinion. We just listening. That's all. Okay.
Lawsuit. It wasn't that I wasn't reading it when I made my video yesterday. I just wasn't going to reread it all for you guys to hear about, because it was honestly just ridiculous. And I had already knew that Jaguar Wright was in jail. So that's why I said I'm not going to read through this whole entire thing. Something's not right. And Diddy, like I said, I have a feeling it has something to do with the lawsuit that Diddy filed against Ariel Mitchell saying this. Because he has it in the bag. If there is no tapes, which Diddy would know about. I'm telling you, discovery, he would know.
Yeah.
If there was no tapes that the feds have, or let's say he doesn't have in that discovery, Ariel Mitchell kid, I'm pretty sure is about to lose $50 million when it comes to this lawsuit for Diddy. And it's more than just the tapes. He's adding everything in there. Everything that she allegedly did. And it's weird because he even talks about Adria English, but he doesn't really go hard on Adria English. But he does go hard about this part with this Jane Doe. Not Jane Doe, Ashley Parham.
Yeah, I would too.
All of it is real sketchy. And I feel like it was only added to try to help what she's going through, and also to try to help this complaint for Ashley Parham, because like I said, Ashley Parham would have to accept this Jane and John Doe going on to her lawsuit, and their allegations are only to help her. So it's a mess.
Oh my
God.
God.
And you're 100% right. It will come out in court, and it's going to be messy. And it's going to, in my opinion, it's going to be pretty much case closed pretty easily. If you could prove that Jaguar Wright is in jail, I can only imagine what you're going to be able to prove with the other claimants where they were at the time. And like I said, there's already, even without Jaguar Wright, there is so much messy stuff, like saying, oh, this person was a fake sheriff, but then saying the sheriffs had a police report. Why is Diddy saying that there is no police report? And he said, and I watched this, so Diddy's really not tripping. I watched Ariel Mitchell say this, saying that there was a police report and that she was going to add it to this lawsuit. Ma'am, if there was a police report, why did you not add it to the lawsuit? And why are you saying now that it wasn't even a real sheriff? If you had the police report, where is it? It's messy.
Yeah, it's messy.
It's really messy. And like I said, a lot of people, and believe me, I'm one thing. I think some people were out there to help Diddy, but I really don't think that this one necessarily is to help Diddy. I don't think it's Diddy himself, let's say, behind this, because Diddy is enraged and he's saying, like, all of their allegations by this are basically making it worse for me when I go to trial, because people are going to be stuck thinking that I am a horrible monster that does stuff to children. On the contrary, sir, in my opinion, you are a horrible person. I don't feel bad to you in that.
Yes.
Retrospect. But you gotta take it where it is. I mean, he's not wrong when it comes to this lawsuit about having these tapes. He has discovery. He would know. So why is everything so messy when it is around Ariel Mitchell Kidd? And Diddy is claiming it's only because she is an ambulance chaser. He's talking about her getting nails done and flights and all of this stuff. And it just goes on and on. Like, same thing.
Diddy keeping tabs on her, but let me see what else I see, y'all. Okay. Let me see. What else? So, y'all, I think she's about done. So, we about made it through. I think that I interrupted enough, right? Okay. Anyway, let's check. Let's see what else she's talking about right now. I moved it over a little bit. Wait a minute.
I mean, the biggest whammy is their lawsuit against them. So in retrospect, in my own opinion, I feel like Ashley Parham's lawsuit was set out with a clear indicator to try to basically help Diddy's claims that he filed in that $50 million lawsuit against Courtney Burgess, and not only that, Ariel Mitchell Kidd. Because at the end of the day, there is nothing that they can do technically. If Diddy's saying, hey, these tapes are there, and he's going to know, like I said, he's in discovery and they're not, and he can easily prove that with his discovery in just 2 months, they're going to lose that. But it's like she's trying to grasp onto whatever she can, because like I said, it's not just about the tapes. That's a big one, though, in my eyes. Huge. Because the facts are undisputed. We are also about to see it in real time in the criminal trial, but you can bet your bibby, I mean, and it's factual. Diddy has not been charged with any minors. It hasn't happened, and like I said, if it was going to happen, they would have done it. We're in the second superseding indictment. The one that just hit, honestly, was just them adding forced labor. Each superseding indictment that they've done, they technically haven't added new charges. They've added allegations into the racketeering charge, because a racketeering charge has so many charges that fall underneath of it, if that makes sense. Making it the RICO, which is a huge charge altogether. So we had to get on there. I had to speak about it. I know I don't do this often. I tried to make time this Sunday. I was spending time with my kids, but I needed people to know it's not just drop this. It's Ashley Parham, and maybe she is technically telling the truth. I cannot say if she actually is not telling the truth, but she would have had to accept this Jane and John Doe going on there and saying what they said, and things are proven. It's not just allegations. If Jaguar Wright's in jail, like, you can go back and you can pull. That's factual information. That's case closed, done. That isn't just somebody's word.
Right.
That's a problem. That's a big problem. Like, that's not just somebody saying, oh, this didn't happen. This is something that you can look at, like, oh, this person was in jail for a long time during all of this. And mind you, the other thing that I talk about, she's saying there's a police report. She's saying there's all of this. And she is certain on this date. She doesn't say on or before. She's saying there's this police report. So she has to be consistent with that date. That's a big issue, guys.
Yeah, she has to be consistent with that date. Y'all, I'm going to call it a day, because it's going to trial. And once they, because at first I was like, Jag, if she has to take it there, you know, she allegedly has warrants already out for her. So I don't think she's going to walk into the courthouse and say, "Here you go. I wasn't there," you know. But she said they could. Well, this lady here said they could call it in. So that's probably what's gonna happen. They're gonna call and say no, she was in jail at this time. You know what I mean? And they gave the exact date. No, I'm sure it was the 18th. I'm sure, or whatever date. But yeah, Jag was in jail. Case closed on that one. Jag wasn't in that one. So and big homie CC, he real upset. He was upset, and that was yesterday while somebody was reading when we before we knew that it wasn't true. And I was looking at another channel to see them read it because I'd already done mine. So I'm reading it, listening. Big homie CC called in while the dude was on live. He said everybody keep calling me, telling me that you out here reading about that I'm on about me on that lawsuit. That didn't happen. It wouldn't be, you know. So he was all mad. He said, "Yeah, send me a link. I'll come on." He said, "I just faxed you something. Whatever they did, I didn't finish watching it, but yeah." I just don't want nothing, everything to get thrown out. I don't think it will, y'all. Cause I don't have a legal mind. I really, truly don't. I love y'all, and I'm gonna get off of here. Okay, I said we wasn't gonna be on here long, and I'll be darn. I told a story almost. But anyway, I gotta go. I gotta do something for my mother. Alright, I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Later. Alright, good night. Bye.